Google Drive for storage, Google Drive for storage, and Google Docs Suite for content creation. An admin panel is also provided for managing users and services. Now, depending on edition of Google Workspace you are having, it will also include the digital interactive whiteboard, which is called Google Jamboard. Now, the education edition adds a learning platform called Google Classroom, and later on rebranded as Google Workspace for Education. While most of these services are individually available free, which is at no cost to consumers who use the account, which is our Gmail. Now, Google Workspace adds enterprise features to the paid customers, such as custom email addresses at a domain. For example, you can have your name at yourcompany.com. An option for limited drive storage starting from 30 gigabytes to each of the email addresses, email accounts. So you can scale this up to unlimited drive storage, which is not available on the free platform. Of course, you can also have additional as well as a 24/7 email and phone call support. Unlike the free consumer-facing services, Google Workspace users do not see advertisements while using the services, and information and data in Google Workspace accounts do not get used for advertisement purposes. Furthermore, Google Workspace administrators can fine-tune security settings. So we are going straight to the training proper now, which is Google Forms, one of the products of this Google Workspace. But before I go to that, we'll have some poll for us to answer, just to, get the feel of our participants. We've had, like my colleague had mentioned earlier, we've had 2 free trainees previously. So we just want to get our feel on the previous training we had now before moving to the next one. So we'll see on our screen that we've started a poll. If you are using a mobile device, just click on the menu button, menu icon you have on your device. It should be at the bottom right of your phone. Just click on it. You see the 3 buttons. Go to activities. Then you see poll. You see one is active. And if it's on our screen, you see the activity icon on your laptop or desktop device. You see the activity. Just click on it. Then you click on pause. Let's take about 1 minute to answer this before going to the training proper. This is the first post, so we'll have about 1 or 2 more posts before the end of the training. So let's try our best to participate in the training to answer the question we have there. The question is, did you participate in the last 2 training sessions? Let's just have a feel. If yes or no, and if no, we'll know how to provide you more support after this training, engage you, and give you the best we can. We have about 30 seconds to the end of the poll. Someone asked, yes, the poll is anonymous. Yes, it's anonymous. Your data is not going to be used for anything, and nobody is collating your data. Just fill the poll. We just need the anonymous response so that we can get our insight and know how to take this forward. So the poll is anonymous. You are free to, respond to it anonymously, and we'll move on to the technical aspect. So about 30 seconds to the end of the poll now. The countdown, 10 seconds, 5. Yes, so let's move on to the training proper. The poll will still be active anytime we our chance, whether we have not been able to do that, we can check it out at the activity section. Then we'll fill the poll. Now, talking about Google Forms. Google Forms is designed as a simple way to collect information, conduct surveys, and perform quick assessments. It has several features which I'm going to be highlighting few of them. The first is it's device independent. Actually, Google Forms has is an application based on the web. Unlike some other Google products like our Google Docs, we can download the application on our mobile device, Google Sheets, Slide, and others. But Google Forms, you can only access it on the web device. Now, it can definitely be accessed via any of our smart devices, whether the laptop, the desktop, the smart TV, and all the smart devices that we have. The only thing we need to do is to connect to the internet, have access to our Google account, and create our form on the go. The app allows users to create and edit surveys online while collaborating with others users in real time. The collected information can be automatically entered in a spreadsheet and shared within team members. This can be done anonymously based on the setting the creator put on the security of the form. Also, we can create a form as easy as creating a document. You can select from multiple question types, drag and drop to the other questions, and customize values as easy as pasting a list of information. Also, you can send professional looking surveys to customers, which will help you connect with customers to gain valuable insights, add images, videos, custom logic to give people who respond a great survey experience. And also, we'll analyze responses with automatic summaries. You watch responses as they appear in real time. You get notification in your email. You get updated list in your spreadsheet. We're going to see how that works. You can also access the raw data and analyze it with Google Sheets or other Sheets applications. And also, you can share forms within an email, with an email, a link, or a website. It's easy to share forms to specific people or to a broad audience by embedding your form in the website or sharing via current social media pages like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and others. So these features, which are not limited to this, as menu search, shuffle questions, randomize order, limiting responses to one per respondent. You can have shorter URLs, can automatically generate answers using the forms. And of course, you can upload a file for users to answer the questions, which will require them to share a content from their device or the Google Drive. Now, going to the forms training session, we have 3 focus areas that we're going to walk through together. So we have the voting functionality or voting capability of Google Forms. We have the quiz, and we have the feedback. So within these 3 focus areas, we're going to be doing some exploration, how we can get email notification in our email account, how we can add a form to the website, how we can auto-grade our quizzes, how we can use dependencies, and of course, how to add videos to the forms and other sorts of information. So I would like us to add, some of us to volunteer to add our email address to the Google chat so that I can use us as collaborator on this. I want us to have a hands-on on this so that we can come online and get some responses, see how it works, and make it interactive. This is a virtual training. If it's within the class or if it's physical training now, of course, some of us have to participate, or make it an interactive session. But because it's virtual, we can provide our email addresses in the chat box here. Then I will add us to the form to see how we can work together on that. Then we'll make it a form fill session. So I will share the screen for the sheets now, or for the form now, so that we see how we can work on this together. So the first of them is the voting. Let me, 1 second, let me share my screen. Good. So I've already prepared this polarly detect voting system form. So this is a voting form, which I have about 6 sections here. So as we know, we have the engineering sector within the training participants here, people from the education sector, the ICT, the engine, most of them. We know that voting system, you have several things you might want to vote for. For example, within our workplace, we might want to vote for a particular product. Maybe we have a design that we need the opinion of the other team members to come online and anonymously for us to decide. We can create a voting system. We can do that within by the HR department within the organization. So like what I did is I'm working for the HR department to conduct a voting within the organization so that we can select some of our personnel for a particular role. We can do this based on the insights we want to generate from people. So I would walk us through how this works, and we realize that it's actually intuitive. We can tweak this to our own functionality. But before we go through that, you can modify this theme to suit your organization. Once you come online to your Google account, in your Google Drive, you see the icon of Google Forms where you can select and create a new form. Once you come to this interface, you just click on Customize Theme here. You upload, for example, let me go through that. You choose image here. You can upload your company's logo by clicking this upload here. You click on browse straight to your drive, or you go to your Google Photos. You search here and upload. But I'm going to select from the template that we have here. So I selected this. So yes, that's what I used earlier. Yes, that's it. So I used this earlier. So this is the header I want for my voting form. And of course, you can do several customizing. Once you come to the settings here, you click on settings here, go to your responses. You can automatically collect the respondents' email addresses. It automatically collects their email address. And if you wish, you can send them the copy of their response by clicking here. Before we go to that, let's try to see how the forms looks like when being delivered at the end of a respondent. You just need to click on preview here. Because I've used this account to respond here, it's telling me that I can only respond one time. So let me change the setting. All right. Sorry. I initially blocked responses from this form. Now you can see that is one of the zero trust security Google is putting on all their products. You can set the timeline for every information. Once we are done with it, you can just switch off the response tab. So I'm going back to that form to see how it looks. Now we are there. So I have 6 sections on this form. Let me just quickly go through this. Okay. So I have my instruction section. Go to next. So I can't continue until I fill the required sections. So here, I'll choose my department. Let me change it quickly. Voters ID. I click on my next. So this is the next section, which is an instruction section. It's telling me to choose the best candidate for the appropriate positions. The first one here is the field supervisor candidate. So please select only one candidate. So let me say Adiola here. Click on next. Software supervisor candidate. Let me click on GK Maker here. Next. HR assistant. Let me click on ND here. And that is the end of the voting. I want us to see how the response will look like. Now I have option of submitting another response based on the setting the form creator have put there. And of course, I can see previous responses. So now with this, we realize that I can generate my insight from this form now. But looking at the form, I may want to embed this form within the body of my web page. What I just need to do is just to click on send. This is HTML link. You can see embed HTML. So I just need to copy this link, and the front end or full stack or the back end developer can know when to paste this link within the body of the website. And of course, if you want to share this on the social media platform, any of them, you can just click on this icon here. You click on shorten link and you copy this. Once you copy this, you can paste it anywhere. Anyone that has access to this can come online and fill this form. And of course, you can also send it as an email. You just need to type in the email address here. Or if you want to include an email, you click on include form in email here. So let me share this with some of our participants that have dropped their email address, so that I want us to fill the form at our end while I move on to the other focus area. 1 second, I want to copy the email address. Okay. I will just click on send. So I paste this. And go back there again. Use comma or space as a separator between the email addresses. Let me 2 or 3 more email addresses as sample. Okay. All right, I got email addresses around them. So you receive a message as saying, I've invited you to fill out a form. Google Workspace. When you click on send, I believe that the recipients should have been notified in their email that a form is waiting for them. You can kindly check that, fill the form, interact with it. I will come back later to look at the responses and how we can generate our insights from this. So I mentioned earlier that we have some key functionalities that I want to show us within the Google Forms. I've shown us how we can embed this within our application or send on the social media platforms or within an email. But let me go to the second focus area, which is the quiz section, so that I will also show us how we can do auto grading as well as connecting it with our Google Sheets and getting a structured table automatically in real time. So I have my quiz form here. I'm just having about 3 questions here just for the practice. So this is how it works. We know that quiz is very essential, especially in the educational sector. You might need to have a random or a quick assessment of your trainees or of your students, or to also interact even within the workplace that you might want some insight, team members of your colleagues or other people from outside the organization. So this setting is available. So you can conduct a quiz, get the grading automatically. You don't need to assign a score to someone or mark at the end of it. So automatically, once the responses are being submitted, you are also the respondents they will receive their points automatically once they complete the quiz assessment. So what we need to do, this is a prepared quiz for us. As I mentioned it, quiz. I have 3 questions here. What was Workspace formerly called? Who is the CEO of Google? Which country is the headquarters? So I'm going to show us how I created this briefly. But let me put it on the preview pane so that we can see how the respondents receive it at their hands. So once I click on here, and don't forget to also customize this one like I did for the voting focus area. By clicking on customize here, you choose the image, you change the color, you change the font title, and as it suits you. So now looking at the preview, these are the questions. I have 10 points each. To each of the questions, what was Workspace formerly called? I'm clicking the second option. Who is the CEO of Google? Sundar Pichai. And which country is the headquarters of Google? This is a short paragraph answer. Let me say Nigeria. So what I need to do is just to click submit. I can clear the form if I need to reset this. And once I believe I'm done, I'm going to click on submit. So the quiz, your response has been recorded. Now I can view score or submit another response. Like I mentioned earlier, this submit another response is based at the discretion of the quiz creator. If it is only one response to every respondent, then that functionality will be disabled. You won't be able to submit another response. Once you have submitted one, that is the end. So you click on view score, automatically have been graded. This is the auto grading quiz within Google Forms. The total points is 30. I scored 10. So I can see the correct answer here. I got this one right. And which country is the headquarters of Google? So here, I have additional file for my reference in case I need to understand why this answer is so, and I want to do further research. So the quiz creator have added a link for me to do my further research. It might be a link, it might be a document, it might be a video, anything. So like I mentioned earlier, you can add an external file within your Google Drive on the internet, or with which has been downloaded on your device, whether your laptop or your mobile device. So once you click on this information here, it opens up on another page. This is it. This is the external link that was added by the quiz creator to buttress the response to the headquarters of Google. Now we can see it's in California, United States. So now let's go back to our form and see how it's been created. So while I'm doing that, let me quickly share this form with some of our participants so that you can also come online, fill this. That's what I've shown you the answer anyway. So we can fill this, let's interact with it and see how it works. Let me copy some mail addresses. 1 second. Those that I did not select earlier, let me just pick a few of them again. I mentioned earlier that we can include this form within an email, or we can send with an email. Now, what I want to do is I want to include within the email. How this works is that once you receive the notification of this form that you've been invited to fill a quiz, you won't need to open the quiz in an external browser. Within your email, you can fill out the form and submit without opening it. So what I need to do is also check this include form in email. So I have one mail address here. Let me pick another one. And send to as many as you want. So once we fill out the form, I will show us how the table is being structured within Google Sheets. So automatically we can generate our insights. It saves us time. It takes off stress from us of collating the sheets, collating the responses. Automatically Google has done this for us. Once we create the quiz, we can set the link to which sheet it should be submitted. And once we, link the sheet to our email address, automatically we'll be receiving real-time notification. As people or respondents are dropping their responses, we'll be receiving the notification immediately. So, one more email address. I'll please want us to check our email account to fill out this form. So I'll click on send. This is one of the zero trust security Google is providing on their product. We can see on our screen now that there's a red flag here telling me that, are you sure you would like to open this form to users from outside Polarity Tech Limited? This shows that even peradventure, I wasn't concerned about the destination of my form, but this is prompting me to be sure and to double check that I want to share this information with people outside my organization. I'll just click OK. Done. So those of us that their email addresses are put on this share dialog box, we are going to receive that notification within our email. kindly check your mailbox, click on the mail that just dropped in, fill the form within your email. And of course, if you decide to, you can choose to do that in an external browser within your device. So I'll be expecting to receive our responses here. We can see I have 2 responses here. Then I can create or generate insight from here. So I'm awaiting 5 responses. So as a teacher or the quiz creator, I will know that my responses is still being pending with quite a number of respondents that I'm expecting. I will see them here. Now it's telling me waiting for 5 responses. I can send email reminder that will just pop up and remind them to fill the form I sent to them. So it's very interesting and interactive. And like I mentioned, you come to your setting, you can show respondents missed questions immediately. You can assign point values, but we're going to do that. So let me just move on to the next focus area. By the time I receive responses, okay, I received 1 now. I'm seeing it has increased to 3 responses. Thank you, Platinum 73. And so someone have, responded as well. So we can move on with this. So once I receive quite a number of responses, I'll show us how we can get our insights on Google Sheets, link it to our Google Sheet and see how the table has been structured and also time-stamped. So my next focus area will be the customer feedback. We all know that quite all of us on this training and in the world is a customer to someone, and we all also have customers. We know how valuable customer feedback is. This world is competitive. There is no product that is done in isolation without competitor or any service that has been provided. So you need to understand the perspective of your customers, areas that needs improvement, feedback where they are not pleased, how to, meet their need and desire at that time. And as we are having technological advancements in the world, they might be facing some challenges on the products they are getting from you or some services you are rendering to them. So a quick and instant feedback to your customers might go a long way in retaining you and lifting higher within your peers. And of course, getting this thing from them real time, you will know where to channel your innovations or expertise or improvements or CSR or what have you. So depending on where we want to advance on, everything that we need to know about how we're doing in the outside world, outside our organization, will be gotten from our customers. And this can be done anonymously as well, or you can tell them that information they provide will be treated anonymously. So you get this in real time. Customer feedback is very, very important, from the HR department down to the marketing department, business development, and all other departments that makes up an organization. So you interact with your customer, you link this up with them, or if it's the guardian or parents of our students or colleagues that we need to get some information from them, you just quickly create a Google form, customer feedback, we send to them, they respond. Now you can now use the functionality of dependency by getting additional information from them. Once you obtain the additional information, you will know how to engage them, how to address their concern, how to solve any challenge they are facing, then of course, which will raise your bar with them. So I created this feedback form. So I'm going to show us how dependency will work using this customer feedback form. So what I need to do, let me click on preview first. This is my form. Just one question we can see here, but it's more than this. It's depending on my response. So if I click on, are you happy with the trainings received so far? Once I say yes, and click next. That's all. I only have one question based on my response. Next thing I need to do is just to click on submit. But peradventure, someone says no, I'm not happy with the training received so far, and you click next, so it's going to have another question or some other sets of questions. So can we have a meeting? Yes. Or I say no. Provide more clarification. When I say submit, to tell me this section is required. I need additional time. Click on. Fantastic. So that's done. Your response has been recorded. We should also note that this response can be customized based on what you want the customer to see. And of course, we can provide our web link, social media links, accounts to this feedback form, so that once the customer completes this feedback form, he just click on the account that wants them to refer to look at. Then from there, you can take it up from there. And we might want to add additional information to any of the questions, whether it's for them to get clarification, or for example, if I want to add the training link to any of the customers that mentioned that is not happy with the training so far, I'll just say, okay, you can get further information or more insight from the training going through this link. That can be done as well. So let me just share this link with us as well. Then I will now explain how I got about this dependency, how it works, how you can set yours, then add third party or external file from your drive, from your system storage device, and other location. So let me just share this with us. Like I mentioned earlier, you can shorten the link and put it on your social media platform. We have share via Facebook here, Twitter here as well. So let me just send to just a few of us before we round up the training. Okay. Apologies if I didn't share this with you. We have a host number of participants that I want to share with, just for us to use this as a test as well. So we can access these Google Forms within our Gmail accounts. So like I mentioned, this you can use a free version as well to get some of this insight. We want to maximize the benefit of this. You move to the enterprise version of the Google, which is a Google Workspace. So I think this number is okay. So let me mention that include form in email. So if you receive this, just check your email accounts, click on the form, and just interact with this. So like it did earlier, it's giving me notification that I'm sending outside my organization, and I'll say, okay, that's done. So let me see which of our forms that we've had more responses. Okay, I have on the quiz here and the voting as well. I have 2 responses yet. Okay. Okay, this is the quiz. Now, once we come under the response tab, because we have questions, responses, and settings. Under the responses, what you need to do is just to come to the option icon here. You see, you can get email notifications for new responses. Once you check this, as people are responding, or your respondents, your customers your targeted audience, you are going to be receiving email notification automatically. Then, of course, you can set response destination as well. You can download the responses in CSV format. I can, delete all responses if that is what you need to do. Now, let us see how the responses are being structured within a Google Sheet. So just click on this create spreadsheet. It's asking me create a new spreadsheet or select existing spreadsheet. So if I select an existing spreadsheet, I will need to link this response to an existing spreadsheet within my drive. So let's say create a new spreadsheet. You click on create. Can we see now? So I have the timestamp at 19, okay, at 11:31 this person responded, and this, so we can see how this is well structured. So from here we can generate our insight. And I mentioned earlier, 1 second. I want us to see I made an intuitive functionality to this response here. You have option of putting 2 correct answers. Let me show how I did that. So what you need to do is that once you click your form to select short answer, you go to the answer key. But before you do that, you will have set your form to quiz. You can see I made this a quiz. Make this a quiz. So you come back to the question, you set your answer. Now you can add several correct answers based on the options that you have, looking at the grammatical nature of the response. Maybe you want US, like I did here, United States of America or USA. I can also add America, depending on the condition or instruction I want to put on that particular question. And I can say mark all other answers incorrect. So for me to add additional information here, what you just need to do is also click on this. You see add video, add image, title and description, and you can also import questions. You might have developed some sort of questions earlier within a form, or you added the collaborator that you want to import the question on this. Just click on import questions. And to show us how we can add collaborators, I created this quiz. I can add others to come online, assist me in creating this or doing other functionalities like customizing, giving the settings, putting the security and other things. I just need to add collaborators. This is different from sending. So this collaboration is where I will invite my colleagues or any interested third party that I want to come online and edit or work on this document together. And one thing is I can remove any collaborator when I want to do that. I can remove them. I can restrict them to viewing and not be able to edit. I can restrict them to be able to comment alone, depending on what I want to get them done within my form. So we have a host number of functionalities that Google provides on their form, but because of the time, I have to stop on the demo now. So we have access to the form, and of course, we can check our form within our Google products on our device or via email. So we can do that, check the form, perform some of these functionalities, walk through them, see how they give us the insights we need and how we can get more features from them. So that is the end of the technical aspect. But now talking about Polarity Tech Limited as Google partner. Why are we mentioning that you should join us, get onboarded by Polarity Tech Limited? We have some benefits and features that we provide to our customers, one of which is training of the staff. Sometimes it might be part of the induction process for new staff, and it might be capacity building for the existing ones, both internally and external. We can do virtual, we can do physical, and we can do a specified. We can even conduct industry specific, how we can tailor Google Workspace to your sector. You are within the engineering sector, you are in the education, ICT, and most number of sectors. We can provide our Google Workspace service tailored to suit your need and to enhance your collaborative effort. We also provide discounted payment rate for our customers on your Google Workspace based on the number of users you have. As many thousands as you have, we have it covered. We can provide you discounted rates, based on your number. And we provide periodic updates on the product and features. Google roll out several updates periodically that to improve their product, which will make our collaborative efforts more intuitive and interesting, relaxing, and stress-free. So we do that. Once we receive the periodic updates as well, we provide our customers with the new features and what is trending within the industry. So now we have about 1 or 2 more polls for you, our participants, to fill. Kindly take about 30 seconds to do each of them. Like we did earlier, once you go to your setting icon, whether on your mobile device or you are joining us on a laptop, desktop, you can see that within the activity section, the poll will pop up any moment from now. So let's try to, fill the poll, spend about 30 seconds. I want me to do that. Then we'll round up on the training. The poll is live. So let's check our activities. The activity, you will see poll. You see that we have 2 polls active. Let's click on them. If we have been unable to fill the previous one, you have the option of doing it now. And the third one is also live. The second one is, how do you get feedback as a customer, whether on our product, service, or good? So, and of course, the third one is, what post-training services are you interested in? Like I mentioned, we have onboarding service, we have discounted payment, advanced training, and a huge number of services that we provide. So we are there for you to make sure that your collaborative efforts within your workspace, your remote working, or seamless document sharing, zero security, zero trust security, your files are being maintained, and you can get the best out of what you're doing at a minimal cost, and of course, to reduce overall cost within the organization. Let us take about 1 minute to fill those 2 questions, please. We have 30 seconds to go. Of course, access to those forms that I shared with our participants is still live. So at your convenience, you can come online, fill the form, walk around it, see how it works. And we're still going to leave the link active. Like I mentioned, I have the functionality of accepting response or stopping them when I want as the quiz creator. So thank you very much. I think we're going to end the training here. our Q&A session. Thank you for your time, everyone. Over to Toby now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Taufik. Thank you for a very well-detailed training session. And right now, we are moving to our question and answer session. So please feel free to drop your questions if you have any. And in the next few minutes, we'll be taking all your questions while Mr. Taufik will respond to the question. Then I would like to say, for those asking, a recorded link of this training will be sent to our mails. To everyone that registered, we'll be sending a recorded link to our mails. So please feel free to drop your question.
In the chat box.
Okay.
Toby, can I take this?
Yes, you can.
I can see a question in the Q&A section here.
Okay.
It says, where in the G Suite can I have access to the forms? Thanks. Yes. Okay, 1 second. Let me quickly show us that. Once you open a new tab, for example, on my laptop device now, we can see once you log into that Chrome device, you can see that this account, this is the account owner as at this time. You click on this Google Apps icon, about 9 dots here. Once you click on that Google Apps, scroll down. These are some of the Google Apps available to this plan. So you now see Google Forms. So you check that, and if it's your mobile device, once you open your Google or your mobile device, you go to the Google Apps, you also see where you can have access to the web application. I mentioned it's not available as a mobile application, but you can have access to it on the web portal of your mobile device. So you just click here, and it takes you straight to Google Form.
Thank you, Mr. Taufik. There's a question here from Abdurrahman Adeshino. What are your prices with regards to your services at Polaris Digitech? Then Mr. Taufik, kindly unmute yourself so we can hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
I responded.
Please unmute yourself.
Oh, sorry. I responded to the previous question. Should I take that again? Did you hear my response to the previous question? Hello, Toby, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I had your response.
Did you hear my response? Okay,
yes,
to the previous
I did.
question. Okay.
Yes.
Another question is here saying, I cannot see a launch from the scratch. I want to believe it's the launch of the Google Forms. Just like I described, you can go to your Chrome page, like I did. You just click on New tab. Once you have signed in on that Chrome, you click on this Google Apps. Then you click on Forms. So it will take you straight to the home page of Forms. So it's either you select from templates, you have event feedback, order form, job application, time of request, and others, or you click on start a new form, which you can now customize into whether being a quiz or a voting or feedback or request, or how you want to design or customize your own form.
Okay. Another question from Lawrence.
Okay. Okay, I think there has been a response for that. So let's see if you have other questions.
Okay,
I
hello.
think if anyone wants to speak, I
Okay.
think we can give that opportunity. And
Hello.
hello, go ahead, please.
Good morning. My name is Oluwatobi.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually came in late because I had to fix few things. So I don't know if you can just do a brief recap of everything you've done so far. If I won't be asking for too much, please.
Yes, the training video will be sent to our email addresses. So
All right.
after this,
All right.
you're going to receive the training videos.
All
And
right.
of course, link to our other videos as well that I've done for the trainings.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Toby, you are muted.
Hello? Hello?
Toby, we can hear you. Please go on.
Yeah, I just spoke now. I was the one that asked for a brief recap of the meeting so far because I came in late, had to fix few things. Did you get that?
Yes,
Hello?
that has been responded to. Yeah,
Yes, and you said it will be sent to our emails. So I already got that. Thank you.
absolutely. All right. So, okay, someone asked, how can I attach a form within my PowerPoint presentation? That is Google Slide. Like I mentioned, we have a host of tools within Google applications. So we have the Google Slide, Google Docs, and of course, Google Forms sheet. So within your Google Slide, you can do that by going to the Add New, and under the Add New, you will see several options. You can add Google Docs, you can add Sheets, add Forms, and other ones as well. So that can be done, but today we are taking through the Google Forms. And you can, of course, respond to other questions via email. So like I mentioned earlier, we at Polari Digitech has also taken our trainings further by going through sector-specific workspace trainings. We are looking at the engineering sector, healthcare, law, professional services, and a lot of them. So you can contact us via these email addresses you are seeing on the screen, and of course the phone number as well. So I want to believe someone is raising, and of course we can send email address. So you can send mail to the email addresses I shared earlier, so that we can order our correspondence on this. Then we take it out. We know how to take it off from here and provide more support and services to our participants. I think at this juncture we can end this training here. Thank you everyone for your support, for your time, and joining the training. We hope to have you on board next time when we're having further trainings. Thank you very much, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you too. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you. I'll be expecting the email.
That's fine. We'll do that.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
And you too. Thank you.